for women empowerment. Now, year 2020, it was a year of the pivot. Even 2021 was the year, was also less pivot, but it was like that. And during these last 2 years, we know that we really had a lot of eye-openers, incidents. We had a lot of reality check, and at the same time, in these last 2 years, we also had a lot of insights, a lot of reflections, and a lot of rethinking. So, in summary, 2021 was a year to adapt, to really survive, and year 2022 is a year for doing something urgently without wasting time. That's why we are here to launching this event. At the same time, now I must say that we had a lot of learnings of during this global historic interruptions for last 2 years, and again we had a lot of learnings of that. If you pick up now more importantly, one or two learnings and implement it in 2022, that will be, I think, worthwhile, and that will be a need of the moment. So here, from our Women's Committee of BMA, we have got some different view about that. As you know that, and as we agree that, during this very highly significant crisis of our generations, we realize that lots and lots of learning we had it. At the same time, we also know that this was a crisis where there was no playbook to manage that because of its size and its impact and its reach. So we cannot now rewrite or we cannot now write a playbook, but we can really contribute something very digital for this to take care of that. And because of that, we are just making sure we'll do something in Baroda Management Association from our committee. Now we are trying to pick up a very important topic about women. This is a topic very closer to our heart, and we are very humble about what you accomplish. Even by 1% of the women who are attending today can be oriented towards the investments literacy, that will be a success. And also we know that during the pandemic has really disproportionately impacted women across the globe, and especially in India. We know that during the impact of the pandemic, almost 5 lakhs people death was there, and that's why huge amount of tons and thousands of women, they become widow, and they become a new widow, and it was a really shock for them. It was a 360-degree, really shock for them. They did not time to grieve also. And that time, I think they didn't know about their investment, they didn't know about the nomination, they don't know about the bank accounts. And that's why I think the one learning came out of our survey was that had it been known about financial literacy upfront, had it been known about little bit about my financial savviness upfront, had it been known that I would have known about little basics of the then my life would have been better. So just to really financial literacy. And with this, I will really invite BMA President Deepak Bhai, and also BMA Vice President Nivil Bhai, to share a few words about the BMA. And before that, I'll share with you the flow of these 2 hours. So I'll just share the flow. So during these 2 hours, as you know, that is a jam impact the events are there. And we have Shalini Agrawal, who is our Baroda's commissioner. She's going to come as a chief guest. She's busy with her budgeting, very, very, very busy. That's why she may not come immediately. From where to invest. Then the second session is about digital money and demystifying its needs. And third is about me having 20 years of a very successful journey of investment. I share my learnings, and then we take up a few questions. So the floor is to Deepak Bhai.
Respected Municipal Commissioner of Baroda, Shri Shalini Agrawal, IAS officer, We are thankful to her as she readily agreed to be the chief guest of this program. BMA is thankful to Chairperson and Speaker of the day, Rajal Madam, Vice President Limil Bhai, for his untiring contribution for the success of this program, and other speakers, Sonal Ben Kotak, Dipti Ben Parikh. All the members of the Women Committee has contributed in this program, one or the another way. So BMA is thankful to all the members. I'm pleased to see the participants. I think we have crossed more than 100 on Zoom, and the large number of people have joined on their YouTube. So this is the measure of the success of this program. Normally people say that woman has a fear of fire, but we have all firebrand women in our women committee. They all have united together for giving this successful program. I've seen the communication happening in the WhatsApp group of the women committee, and they cheer each other, inspire each other, and in the process they have developed and become strong. So BMA is a great platform to join and develop yourself. So I need each one of you to be the member of BMA. This women committee has come out of their comfort zone, and they believe that nobody is going to empower them. Women have to grab it. This is what they have done while managing the program. And this is the great demo of Nari Shakti. Please put your video on so that we can snap all the participants. People are maximum. Anyway. So it is a great success of the Women Committee, seeing more than 200 participants online at present. I see many of the senior members and the well-wishers of BMA has joined this program. I welcome all of them to this program. We have a flagship event which is happening throughout the year and maybe in another 2 months. And the first one is Annual Management Convention 2021-22 with the theme New Rule of Business. Survival is the biggest question in post-pandemic time in an era of killer competition. We have a galaxy of internationally renowned speakers for this event. So please register yourself for this program. Second,
recording in progress.
The third program, BMA is organizing Friday evening talk almost every Friday, and BMA is doing since last 25 years without giving a break even for a single Friday. So I request all the people who has joined today to make sure this Friday evening 6:30 to 7:30 at BMA Friday evening talk. And I see that this is the best way you can utilize your Friday evening, and you will see the difference in your personality, difference in your knowledge. BMA basically provide different types of programs through a Friday evening talk, which is absolutely free. We are going to organize a Management Excellence Award. BMA has started Sayajirao Award on 150th birthday of the great King Sayajirao Gaikwad. The award was given to a great living legend in the field, and so far we have given this award to Narayan Murthy, Ratan Tata, and Amitabh Bachchan. So this year we have decided to give an award to an individual for their excellent performance in the various fields of management. So those who are willing to work as a jury member or work in the committee or take a part in the competition, you all are most welcome. I would like to say a few things about the Nari Shakti. God has given more strength physically, emotionally, and mentally to a woman. I would like to say a few things in Gujarati. कि भगवान ने नारी ने ફિઝિકલ શારીરિક માનસિક અને બૌદ્ધિક શક્તિ વધારે આપી છે. આવું શું કામ? શારીરિક શક્તિ એટલા માટે કે બાળકને જન્મ આપવા ભગવાને નારીને પસંદ કરી છે. એની માનસિક શક્તિ વધારે એટલા માટે છે કે લગ્ન પછી નારી જ ઘર છોડીને પતિના ઘરે જાય છે અને બૌદ્ધિક શક્તિ એટલે હું એટલું કહીશ કે બાળક જ્યારે જન્મે છે અને જો એ ટાળીઓ હોય કે ઓછા વાળો હોય તો નોર્મલી એવું કહેવાય કે લડતી હોય તો ચક્કી હોય લાંબા વાળો હોય એ વધારે સમજુ શાળો ભણવામાં હોશિયાર હોય ભગવાન આપણા સમાજમાં એવું નથી થયું કે વુમનને એની બુદ્ધિની વધારે જરૂર છે એટલે આજના સમાજની અંદર નારી પોતાના વાળ કપાવતા નથી આપણા ઋષિમુનિઓ પણ જતા રાખતા તો નારી શક્તિ પાસે વધારે બૌદ્ધિક શક્તિ છે એટલે આવી રીતે એમની ફિઝિકલ માનસિક અને શારીરિક શક્તિ વધારે હોવાથી નારી શક્તિ ને આપણે ડેવલપ કરવાની જરૂર નથી ત્યાં ડેવલપ જ છે પણ આપણી સમજમાં લાવવાની જરૂર છે ઘણા એવું કહેતા હોય કે સ્ત્રીની પાણીએ એનો મતલબ એ કે મગજથી પાણી સુધીની બુદ્ધિ છે so with this I think I'll conclude and request Nibir to say a few words about this program. Thank you.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. Baroda is right now, you know, in what position? Aha and Waha moment. Why? As a great Barodan citizen, I believe great because I am the Barodan citizen. Baroda is always great. Why is I and Waha moment? Because there are two levels of Nari Shakti we are seeing and experienced in last 1 decade. Number one, in Baroda, you know there's a big crisis and disaster 2 times. There's a flood and 1 time in a corona. Whether it's a flood or corona, Nari Shakti power is there as a leader of the Baroda, none of another our own IS Salini Agarwal, madam. Whether it's a flood time, whether it's a corona time, we have not been when we plan to organize this kind of program of women empowerment, anything kind of we want to organize program for empowerment, is the youth, women, or anything. We need the empowered woman in our committee. That's only possible. And yes, that's the power of today, this year, Women Power Committee at Baroda Mental Social. Whether it's the chairperson Rajal, whether it's a core committee member, Vibha Nayak is there, whether it's a Janet Shah is there, everyone, Sarita Sinha, Lopa Madam, everything. There are not 5, 10, 15 or 25 more women are right now very, very aggressively promoting this program. And that's the reason at Saturday, 2 o'clock, after lunch, start of the weekend, I can see again Deepak we have crossed around 150 plus in just 5 minutes. 150 plus, maybe on the YouTube, something near about 250 people are right now watching the program. And why not? Because when somebody is go through the brochure, he or she, whomsoever is there, they must think that we should attend this program. And that's the main reason. So Baroda Men's Associations are ready to support any kind of this kind of activity. And we are committed because of our legacy of 63 years of experience in organizing this kind of program. We are ready to promote any kind of activity which is, you can say, empower a woman's activity. No doubt, women are already empowered because बात शुरू करेंगे तो बहुत दूर तक जाएगी, चाहे ओलंपिक का मेडल हो या तो if you watch it in the 26th January Republican Day parade, NSS Ahmedabad is led by the lady officer. Whether it's a Rafael lady, one of the pilots is a lady. Whether it's a so you can say sports, Bollywood, or you can say anything, politics, business, everywhere is a woman empowered. Now, only thing is we have to just add some more value, move forward to digital India, and that is the one of the motive of this program. You can see the digital payment is there, digital technology is there. So what kind of investment, finance, everything is will cover in the next 1.5 hour program. So hope that you everybody will enjoy and let us know your views about it and much more about the BMA program. If I will start, then again it will go to 2 to 3 hours. So better way. What I will do for you, I will share you one link in the chat box. It's a brochure of today's women workshop. Again, you must have received, but I am just sharing once time more. Just go through the last 2 pages. You will find around 350 programs organized by the BMA in last 5 years. So go through it, join the BMA because BMA love to join and with the like-minded people like everybody sitting in the hall. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nimil bhai. Our chief, I'm really glad to be part of the today's program that is focused at increasing the awareness about the much needed skill of financial literacy for women. And we are grateful that a dynamic women entrepreneur, a successful financial asset management consultant has accepted our invitation today to grace this event. It is with immense pleasure that I introduce our keynote speaker, Ms. Sonal Kotak. She has successfully made her place in a male-dominant profession, and how? Sonalji only believes in excelling at what she does. When she did her MBA in finance, she achieved a gold medal. When she founded Integrity Investment, she relentlessly and intelligently took it to great heights. Today, her firm manages assets of more than 150 crores across 102 families based in India and abroad. She is the recipient of the Times Icons of Vadodara 2020 award. Recently, she was also in the list of 10 most promising online financial companies 2021 by Silicon India magazine. Before we continue, I request all that if you have any questions, please post them in the chat box.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks a lot for inviting me to speak for this event. Being a woman, this particular topic is very close to my heart. I have made my journey in this subject or in this field of financial management. And yes, I have lots to share with all of you. Yeah, so just to tell you in terms of how we'll be conducting this particular session, first of all, we will be talking about the importance of the investment orientation for women. कि क्यों जरूरत है हमें investment सीखने की? Then we will also talk about there are certain एक process है जो कि अगर हम समझ लें तो ये पूरा इन्वेस्टमेंट्स का जो पूरा यूनिवर्स है ये बड़ा इजी से समझ आ जाता है. So my idea will definitely be to simplify the world of investments for all of you. What are the different asset classes and investments and instruments? What is a diversified investment portfolio? And investing wisely. I think हम women को सबसे ज़्यादा जो डर लगता है ना पैसे खो जाने का, आज हम वो कोशिश करेंगे कि आपका डर वो थोड़ा बहुत हम कम कर सके by giving you knowledge, by giving you valid logic, and by explaining you how really to manage a diversified portfolio. इसके लिए goal based financial planning समझना जरूरी है. We also need to take care of inflation. Inflation यानी कि महंगाई, because हम सब महंगाई के दौर से गुजर रहे हैं, so हमें उस चीज को भी समझना बहुत जरूरी है. फिर हम कुछ बातें करेंगे इंश्योरेंस और विल के बारे में, और हम we will be able to give you certain absolute takeaways for homemakers, for students, for working women, for senior women, for all kind of women. So ये बात तो तय है that many things out of this you would know, many things you will learn, many things you will relearn, and many things you will get a better perspective. But as it is said, it is a wonderful thing by Baroda Management Association and the wonderful women committee that they have, which Deepak Bhai and Nimil Bhai talked about, that it's basically we intended to do a practical workshop and not really sharing you with all the, I would say, ज्ञान, but इसमें बहुत सारी practical tips हम लोग share करेंगे. So yes, moving on. Yeah. So, this is something so nice. When I was listening to Deepak Bhai's lecture, Deepak Bhai's talk on women empowerment and how women is actually already empowered. So, ये उसी के साथ ये चीज है कि goddess of wealth को एक female का दर्जा दिया गया है. Goddess of wealth is actually a Lakshmi, a female. So respecting Lakshmi like a mother, will actually result in bliss. यानी उससे हमें really में life में peace आएगी. But if we just treat it like money or materialism, that actually results in between the world of wealth, or it just to treat money like materialism. So इसमें ये है कि हमें ना हमारे अंदर की वो लक्ष्मी जो है ना उसे जागरूक करने की जरूरत है. बेसिकली सेविंग्स तो हम सब लोग बहुत अच्छी तरीके से जानते हैं. Either we are a working woman or I have seen my mother growing up all these years saving money. Saving हमारे इंडियन ethos में है, हमारे हम जिस तरह से बड़े हुए हैं उसमें है, हमारे वैल्यू सिस्टम में है. लेकिन हमको बस एक कॉन्फिडेंस की जरूरत है, एक एम्पावरमेंट की जरूरत है टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस वर्ल्ड ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. So now let's see what all we want actually as women. We basically freedom to be, right? That's what all of us have been talking about all of these years. कि हमें accept करो, हमें empower करो. So yes, it's freedom is something which is inherent for all of us. We all also want a sense of control. हमें हमारे decisions पे अगर हमारे खुद के हमारे हाथ में control हो, it is something that we inherently want. We also want financial security for ourselves and also for our loved ones. We are the ones who want that all debts are paid off and we live with dignity and peace. And of course, we all want to have a good lifestyle. So the point is that, here I would actually want to be a little more interactive with the audience. And if you guys want to send your replies that as a woman, what is it that we really want from our wealth? I think it is all of these points. One important point is that women हमेशा अपने family के बारे में पहले सोचती है और बाद में वो अपने खुद के बारे में सोचती है. It's absolutely fine. We don't have to change anything here. But the thing is that financial well-being of family and our own self, everything is important. So now, why do we women need to know really about investing? Rajan did mention about this point earlier that हाँ ये जो 21-22 का जो दोनों साल है 20-21 का, it really triggered a lot of uncertainties. It triggered a lot of financial insecurities among everyone, not just women and men, but yes, women more, whether they are working women or whether they are homemakers. So why do we need to know about investing? Of course, nowadays there are more and more working women. More women are also inheriting wealth thanks to all the necessary action which has been taken on the inheritance in terms of the Hindu Succession Act and all that. Secondly, widows must ensure financial security. So we saw a lot of people losing their lives and really struggling with the financial security part. And yes, that is also the reason why we should know about this world of investments. Women may aim for early retirement or career breaks. I am one such person. I started my job in a very high-profile career, and I took a break for taking care of my family. And yes, my financial planning really helped me take that decision in a much better way. And of course, we all have to tackle महंगाई से तो हम सबको ही लड़ना है. And we want to maintain the existing lifestyle even after retirement. So after our husband retires, let's say अगर हम working women नहीं है, हम we are as Sadhguru says, let the women just be, whether it is working or whether it is taking care of home. I think it is a much more important and a difficult task. So in whichever roles we are, we all need to feel financially secure. लेकिन ये इंटरेस्टिंग डेटा सामने आया कि हम सेव तो कर लेते हैं अच्छी तरीके से, लेकिन जब इन्वेस्टमेंट की बात आती है तो there is only 30% of women who take their own financial decisions. बाकी remaining, it is usually through the husband's influence or maybe even father's influence. सो ओनली 12% लोग ऐसे हैं जो कि खुद अपना डिसीजन खुद अपनी तरीके से लेते हैं. वेल, नथिंग रॉन्ग विद द इन्फ्लुएंस, बट अगेन अगर हमें हमारा सेंस ऑफ कंट्रोल चाहिए, हम डेफिनेटली हमारे फैमिली मेंबर्स की सलाह ले सकते हैं, लेकिन डिसीजन हमें खुद को ही सोच समझ के लेना चाहिए. सो आज का ये एक छोटा सा प्रयास है बीएमए की ओर से और बीएमए विमेंस कमेटी की ओर से, दैट वी मेक द वर्ल्ड ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट्स सिंपलर फॉर यू. नाउ लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड कि किस तरीके से पता चले कि इन्वेस्टमेंट्स किस तरह से करना चाहिए. तो ये अगेन एक छोटा सा पाई चार्ट आपको मैं दिखा रही हूँ. दिस बेसिकली सेज दैट 91% इज बेसिकली जो किसी भी एक इन्वेस्टमेंट का जो सक्सेस है वो 91% डिपेंड करता है एक प्रोसेस से जिसका नाम है एसेट एलोकेशन. मतलब कि कौन से इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑप्शन में हमने कितना इन्वेस्ट किया है, કયા ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ ઓપ્શનમાં આપણે કેટલું રોકાણ કર્યું છે, એ નક્કી કરશે કે આ આપણો જે પોર્ટફોલિયો છે એ આપણને કામ આવ્યો કે નહીં, એ આપણા માટે લક્ષ્મી બન્યો કે નહીં, રાઈટ? સો let us try and understand all of this. It is not even selection of a security. So it's not कि ओ मैंने रिलायंस का शेयर खरीद लिया इसके लिए हम वेल्दी हैं. No, it's really not like that. It's not about timing the market कि अरे मैंने बहुत सारा पैसा लगाया जबकि मार्केट नीचे था, क्या अरे मैंने वो लैंड का टुकड़ा एकदम राइट टाइम पे खरीद लिया. नहीं, इसका परसेंटेज आपके सक्सेस पे केवल 2% से भी ज्यादा है, 2% से भी कम है. और फिर ऑफ कोर्स टैक्सेशन भी डिपेंड करता है, बट सबसे ज्यादा जो है वो यही है कि हमने कौन से इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑप्शन में कितना इन्वेस्ट किया. सो नाउ लेट अस ट्राई एंड अंडरस्टैंड कि ये एसेट एलोकेशन प्रोसेस होता कैसे. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल we have to define our goals and time horizon. Again एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग सी चीज मैं आपको बता देती हूँ. मुझे since I am into financial management and financial advisory, मुझे जो 90% फोन कॉल्स आते हैं वो सबसे पहले मुझे यही बोलते हैं कि मैम हमारे पास पैसा है और हमें इन्वेस्ट करना है, मैडम पैसा रोको आना चाहिए, you know. And then I ask them question कि सर मैम आपको किस चीज के लिए इन्वेस्ट करना है, what is there in your mind. That should be the main question. फिर मुझे कई फोन कॉल्स ऐसे आते हैं कि अरे यू नो मार्केट्स आर डाउन, डाल दे क्या पैसा, मार्केट ऊपर है निकाल ले क्या पैसा, यू नो. अगेन बोथ ऑफ दीज क्वेश्चंस आर इररिलेवेंट. ओके, सो ये जो फैक्टर है ये आउटसाइड टू इन नहीं होना चाहिए, ये इनवर्ड टू आउटवर्ड होना चाहिए. हमें किस पर्पस के लिए इन्वेस्ट करना है वो एनालाइज करने के बाद हमें इन्वेस्टमेंट का ऑप्शन चूज करना चाहिए. सो फर्स्टली वी हैव टू डिफाइन आवर गोल्स एंड टाइम होराइजन, यानी कि कौन सी अवधि के लिए, कितने टाइम पीरियड के लिए हम इन्वेस्ट करना चाहते हैं, दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. देन वी हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई कि हम कौन से एसेट क्लासेस में इन्वेस्ट करना चाहते हैं, यानी टाइम के हिसाब से, और ये हम आपको इसी वर्कशॉप में सिखाने वाले हैं. फिर हमें अपना रिस्क टॉलरेंस अंडरस्टैंड करना जरूरी है कि हम इस लेवल पे कितना रिस्क ले पाएंगे लाइफ में. फिर हमें एक पोर्टफोलियो बनाना रहता है जिसमें हम स्पेसिफिक इन्वेस्टमेंट इंस्ट्रूमेंट सिलेक्ट करते हैं, और फिर हम हमारा पोर्टफोलियो रिव्यू जरूर से करना जरूरी है. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम इट हैपेंस दैट we invested and then we get busy with our lives, whether it is working women or whether it is being a homemaker, and we just don't even look at our portfolio. Nowadays it has become mandatory to review your portfolio at least once in a year. So how many of us have really defined our financial goals? What are these financial goals? Whenever we have an investment to do, we have to have a couple of things clear. Am I investing this for my children? Am I investing it for their higher education? Am I really investing it for their marriage? Am I investing it for my own financial freedom? Financial freedom क्या चीज है? What I talked about, that freedom is what all of us want. Financial freedom वो चीज है which makes us independent, which means that हमारे पास उतना investment है that हमें कल को वेकेशन पे जाना है या हमें किसी भी चीज के लिए कोई भी हमारा गोल हासिल करना है तो हमें किसी से पैसे मांगने की जरूरत ना पड़े. It's about time women have their own financial kitty, whether you're working or whether you're a absolutely busy and successful homemaker. So irrespective of that, everyone needs financial freedom and that is the reason. और ये सब का clarity होना जरूरी है because इसी हर एक goals के लिए हम आपको investment के choices बताने वाले हैं coming slides. So now goals को हमें divide करना जरूरी है in terms of long term and short term goals. Goals जो कि लंबे समय के हैं 5-7 years plus and let's say short term and medium term goals जो कि हम you won't believe हम एक दिन के लिए भी invest कर सकते हैं to assuming 3 to 5 years तक. So up to 5 years तक short term माना जाता है and more than 5 years ही long term माना जाता है. फिर हमें एक ये thought process clear चाहिए कि is it that we want our investments to grow in value or do we need some income? कई लोग मुझे बोलते हैं कि इसमें से डिविडेंड आएगा क्या, इसमें से मुझे इनकम आएगा क्या, एंड देन मैं उनको ये पूछती हूँ कि आपको कितनी जरूरत है, do you really need it or it is really a false notion. So we need to understand this very clearly. So now where to invest to meet our goals? There are so many options. There are bank deposits, PPF and all that. So we will talk about all of this. But first of all again इसके पीछे का एक सिद्धांत समझ लेते हैं. ये सिद्धांत है, there are 4 attributes to basically to investments. First is selection of asset classes. Select करना है और वो कैसे सिलेक्ट करना है, हमारे गोल्स के हिसाब से. देन टाइमिंग. टाइमिंग के लिए ये कहा जाता है कि बेसिकली इट्स नॉट रियली टाइमिंग द मार्केट दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट बट टाइम इन द मार्केट. सो इन्वेस्टमेंट्स जो कि लंबे समय के हैं उसके बीच में ब्रेक ना करना पड़े वो हमें जरूर से टाइमिंग में समझना पड़ेगा. देन साइजिंग इज ऑफ कोर्स कितना अमाउंट किसमें इन्वेस्ट होगा, दैट इज साइजिंग. And then of course we have to keep the taxation in perspective. So अब ये जो investment का बड़ा सा jargon है ना उसको एक simplify कर देते हैं. There are basically 2 kind of assets, physical assets and financial assets. We all know this and nowadays digital assets. But Dipti is going to talk to you guys more about it. Physical assets यानी जहाँ पे हम like real estate, gold वगैरह जो हम physically छू सकते हैं वो सब physical assets में आएगा. Financial assets are typically paper format. But yes, पूरी दुनिया मूव हो रही है फाइनेंशियलाइजेशन ऑफ एसेट्स के लिए. सो इक्विटी यानी कि शेयर मार्केट एंड आई एम गोइंग टू टॉक अ लॉट अबाउट इट गाइस. एंड फिक्स्ड इनकम यानी कि जहां से भी हमें फिक्स्ड इनकम मिलती है जैसे कि बॉन्ड्स, डिबेंचर्स, ये दोनों का हम डिटेल में आपको समझाने वाले हैं. ओके, सो व्हिच आर द फिक्स्ड इनकम एसेट्स दैट वी ऑल नो? वी ऑल नो अबाउट बैंक फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट्स. We all know about there are corporate fixed deposits यानी कंपनी के भी फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट्स होते हैं, कंपनी के बॉन्ड्स होते हैं, मार्केट लिंक डिबेंचर्स भी होते हैं. ये बेसिकली जो एक इवॉल्व्ड इन्वेस्टर है उसके लिए ये काफी अच्छा रहता है. बट फॉर बेसिक एंड सिंपल इन्वेस्टर्स एंड न्यू इन्वेस्टर्स बैंक फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट्स एंड कॉर्पोरेट फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट्स वी ऑल नो. कॉर्पोरेट फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट्स यानी कि HDFC लिमिटेड है, बजाज फाइनेंस है, ये सब की कंपनीज में डायरेक्टली FD करना. देन वी हैव RBI फ्लोटिंग रेट बॉन्ड्स. गवर्नमेंट के एक बॉन्ड्स अपने पास ये अवेलेबल है जो कि रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया ने निकाले हैं. बहुत लोग इसके बारे में नहीं जानते क्योंकि इसकी कोई ऐड नहीं की जाती है. बट it's a very good investment option with 7.15%. देन फिक्स्ड रिटर्न में हमारे पास है PPF, ये हम सब जानते हैं, PF. देन न्यू पेंशन स्कीम. आज हर working person needs to invest into new pension scheme. Then we also have government schemes like Sukanya Samruddhi जो कि एक गर्ल चाइल्ड के लिए है. Then we also have investments like LIC की प्रधानमंत्री वय वंदना योजना है जो कि सीनियर सिटीजन्स के लिए बहुत ही अच्छी है. And we also have senior citizen saving schemes. Many of these things women have signed on the form but not really know that what are these investment ऑप्शंस जिसके लिए उनके सिग्नेचर्स वो कर रहे हैं. सो प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड ये सब जो है ये हमें एक सेफ रिटर्न देने वाली इन्वेस्टमेंट्स है. अभी देखते हैं कि कौन से इन्वेस्टमेंट्स ऐसे हैं जो कि हमें रिस्क है ये सब इन्वेस्टमेंट्स में लेकिन ये सब रिटर्न्स यानी कि जो ब्याज का जो दर है, रिटर्न्स है वो ज्यादा देती है. सो सबसे पहले है अपना खुद का बिजनेस. अगर आपके हस्बैंड का बिजनेस है तो जो जिस तरह से वो ग्रो हो रहा होगा वो सबसे बेटर होगा. देन लेकिन अगर हमारे खुद के बिजनेस नहीं है तो हम दूसरों के बिजनेस में इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं थ्रू द इक्विटी शेयर दैट इज लिस्टेड कंपनीज. फ्रेंड्स, ये एक ही ऐसी जगह है जहाँ पे एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप को रिवॉर्ड मिलता है। नाउअडेज मुझे लगता है एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप यानी कि खुद का बिजनेस होना, इट्स इन फैशन। I was really happy to, listen to my mother's conversation about Shark Tank, and she's 75 years old. So the thing is that आजकल entrepreneurship को इंडिया में जितना अच्छे से और rewarding way से, because of the startup culture, and thanks to Narendra Modi for really, empowering the startup culture in India. We are second only to the US. So friends, आजकल इसके लिए भी listed space में बहुत रुचि देखी गई है। Then we have equity based mutual funds. म्यूचुअल फंड्स के भी हम लोग बहुत एड्स देखते हैं आजकल टीवी में और हर जगह, एंड इट इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट वेज फॉर न्यू इन्वेस्टर्स एंड फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस टू पार्टिसिपेट इन अदरवाइज रिस्की इक्विटी मार्केट्स। देन वी आल्सो हैव पीएमएस एंड ऑल दैट व्हिच आर फॉर इवॉल्व्ड इन्वेस्टर्स। आज हम ये प्रेजेंटेशन थोड़ा सिंपल रखना चाहते हैं, सो वी विल मूव ऑन। देन ऑफ कोर्स गोल्ड एंड सिल्वर तो हमें विमेन को बताने की जरूरत ही नहीं है। We all know about physical gold and silver. Now, even gold and silver are coming in financial format, in a paper format. Through there are sovereign gold bonds, जो कि 100% safe है. ये भी कई बार consider किया जाना चाहिए investment के लिए. Then you also have gold ETFs, silver ETFs, जो कि again in a mutual fund format में है. और real estate के बारे में हम सब जानते ही हैं. We have ये जो हमारे जो traditional investment classes थे in terms of land, home, रियल एस्टेट के भी, वो भी अभी एक फाइनेंशियल फॉर्म में उपलब्ध है। So now coming to the fact that all of these different asset classes comes with different risk and different aspect, लेकिन अगर इसको सूझबूझ से किया जाए then it will actually be extremely rewarding. So ऐसा नहीं है कि ये इन्वेस्टमेंट सही है और वो इन्वेस्टमेंट गलत। हर एक इन्वेस्टमेंट्स के साथ अपना खुद का एक गुण जुड़ा हुआ है। तो आज हम थ्रू दिस स्लाइड, आई एम सॉरी इट इज अ लिटिल, थोड़ा सा इसमें आपको डेटा नजर आएगा, बट ये मुझे देना आपको जरूरी था कि हर एक में किस तरह से टैक्सेशन है, किस तरह से रिस्क है। सो बैंक एफडीज, कॉर्पोरेट एफडीज, आरबीआई बॉन्ड्स और जो म्यूचुअल फंड्स जो कि सेफ्टी वाले में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, इसमें कोई भी रिस्क नहीं है। देन वी हैव बेसिकली there are a lot of these endowment plans of various insurance companies like LIC and many other insurance companies. ये भी एक फिक्स्ड रिटर्न इंस्ट्रूमेंट इन्वेस्टमेंट होता है जो कि आप अपने सेफ्टी इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए आप कर सकते हैं फॉर लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम। देन ऑफ कोर्स वी हैव पीपीएफ वगैरह। पीपीएफ में भी there is no risk and there is no tax on withdrawals also. So taxation के हिसाब से पीपीएफ भी बहुत अच्छा रहता है। Then, however, bank FDs, corporate FDs, RBI bonds, ये सभी taxable है जो कि आपके slab पे taxed होते हैं। Then we have girl child के लिए, please all the women who are listening to me, if you have a girl child less than 10 years of age, please start a Sukanya Samruddhi account for her, because here again government is giving tax-free returns, and of course there are limits to it, 1.5 lakh limits. Now we will talk about what all are equity investments का थोड़ा details जान ले। Equity shares, active investing जो हम लोग बोलते हैं, which means आप खुद उन companies को study करो और उसमें आप directly shares लो। It is also very rewarding and returns इसमें काफी अच्छे से मिलते हैं, लेकिन सिर्फ और सिर्फ लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए। यानी अगर if you have your goal of 5 years and more, then you can look at equity market. Then you can definitely consider equity mutual funds also. Mutual funds में भी कई तरह के होते हैं, जैसे कि large cap यानी large companies में investment होता है, multi cap यानी multiple तरह के companies में छोटी और बड़ी दोनों मिला के investments होता है। इसका एक अच्छा सा portfolio बनाना चाहिए। Again, the best way to invest into the mutual funds is through a systematic investment plan, SIP या तो STP, that is systematic transfer plan. इसमें ये होता है कि rather than एक ही साथ आपका पैसा इन्वेस्ट हो, वो धीरे धीरे करके एक पीरियड ऑफ टाइम में इन्वेस्ट होता है, तो आपको बहुत अच्छे से रुपी कॉस्ट एवरेजिंग या तो एवरेज ऑफ द प्राइस का बेनिफिट मिलता है। सो अगेन एज आई टोल्ड यू, और टैक्सेशन के लिए भी ये काफी अच्छे रहते हैं because your taxation comes down to 10%. So equity markets के बारे में quickly little bit more that again look at equity investments only if your time horizon, if your goal is 5 years down the line. Again, international mutual funds भी आजकल है, which means हम यहाँ बैठे इंडिया में रह के भी हम गूगल, अल्फाबेट जैसी कंपनीज में इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं through the mutual funds. These are very easy to invest and very good, I feel, again for a long term. Then there are these unit linked insurance plans also by insurance companies. वो भी आप कंसिडर कर सकते हैं आपके कोई भी लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट्स के लिए, बिकॉज इसमें अप टू 2.5 लाख आप टैक्स फ्री पैसा ग्रो कर सकते हैं. यूलिप के बारे में कई बार मीडिया में नेगेटिव न्यूज भी आती है, बिकॉज वंस अपॉन अ टाइम दे वर वेरी एक्सपेंसिव. Nowadays it is much better to invest because the charges have been rationalized by IRDA and it is really good because इसमें market link in आपको returns मिलेंगे, लेकिन up to 2.5 lakhs अगर आपका investment का amount है per annum, and if you have a 10 times of risk coverage, then your corpus actually grows tax free. And then NPS भी हर एक working woman के लिए या हर एक पोर्टफोलियो में आई बिलीव नेसेसरी है, बिकॉज ये हमको एक एडिशनल टैक्स बेनिफिट भी देता है. इट इज अ पेंशन प्लान, इट इज बेसिकली फॉर योर रिटायरमेंट. ये आपके सारे रिटायरमेंट प्लानिंग में यूलिप आप ले सकते हैं. एनपीएस भी रिटायरमेंट प्लानिंग के लिए बहुत ही अच्छा रहता है. रिटायरमेंट आई ऑफन यूज इट एज फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम. रिटायरमेंट आजकल कोई रिटायर होना नहीं चाहता, सो फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम इज अ बेटर वर्ड. ओके, सो अगेन हर एक एसेट का अलग अलग अपना खुद का एक गोल है. हाउस हमें अनसर्टेनिटी से बचा रहा है, हम हमारे खुद के घर में रहते हैं. बॉन्ड्स एंड इनकम हमारे लिए डिपॉजिट इनकम जनरेट कर सकते हैं. गोल्ड एज ए, देन यू कैन डेफिनेटली like use systematic withdrawal plan of mutual funds. Again, it is very tax efficient and definitely consider it. So आजकल friends अगर बेटर रिटर्न्स के लिए इन्वेस्ट करना है तो म्यूचुअल फंड्स एक्चुअली आपका एक बेस बन जाता है. सो इट इज अ बेस दैट यू शुड हैव फॉर योर इन योर इन्वेस्टमेंट पोर्टफोलियो एंड इंक्रीज द रिस्क इफ यू आर कंफर्टेबल विद बाय इन्वेस्टिंग इन sophisticated products like portfolio management service and shares and all that. But mutual funds gives you that base wherein you can definitely have a certain amount of cash flow coming into your account. This is even good for senior women. If you are 60 plus, or if you are a wonderful daughter or a daughter-in-law planning for your senior citizen parents or in-laws, look at even mutual funds में एक balanced fund की category है, उसमें आप definitely invest कीजिए and then you can withdraw regular income out of that. So please note this. Fixed deposits definitely are there, you know, for getting income. Then अगर आपके पास रियल एस्टेट है तो उसका जो रेंट आता है वो आपका इनकम बन सकता है. अभी ग्रोथ एसेट्स क्या है? सो फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ आई हैव यंग चिल्ड्रन और इफ आई वांट टू इन्वेस्ट फॉर लॉन्ग टर्म, कि अच्छा ठीक है इसको रख के हमने छोड़ दिया है 5-6 साल 10 साल के ऊपर के लिए, 5 years and above के लिए, then you can look at a land. Okay, then you can look at like, you know, buying gold and keeping it. Why? Or a bond, gold bond and keeping it. Why? Because gold also have very large cycles. Gold आपको short term में पैसा कमा के दे भी सकता है, नहीं भी कमा के दे सकता है, but basically वो एक protection के लिए और उस तरह के लिए हमें investment का जरूरी है. But again, it is a growth asset. हाँ, bond में से छोटा छोटा interest government दे रही है, but it is hardly anything. And then of course your equity based mutual fund and your shares and your unit linked plans will all come in your growth assets. यानी इसको grow होने दीजिए और फिर उसमें से income लीजिए जब आपको जरूरत पड़े तब. So that is how this needs to be looked at. So as I told you that each asset has a different risk return liquidity profile. Diversification is needed to achieve optimal balance. यानी ऐसा नहीं कि हमने सब इन्वेस्टमेंट डाल दिया इक्विटी में और फिर हमें मार्केट देखने की आदत है और फिर हमारा सिर्फ बीपी बढ़ेगा, रिटर्न नहीं बढ़ेगा. सो अगेन द थिंग इज ऑन अ लाइटर नोट, and especially because right now equity markets are going through some really volatile and tough phases. So please look at it for long-term wealth building, but not really for a short-term thing. Yes, there are certain communities who are, or there are certain people who are very good at trading, लेकिन हम यहाँ पे investments की बात कर रहे हैं, trading की नहीं. So asset allocation is the most important decision and there is no one size fits all. So, as it is said, हर घर कुछ कहता है. The Asian Paints ad, I like it very much, and I tell it to my clients, and I tell it to all of you that all of your portfolios will be different, and it has to suit your need. We don't have to invest in a particular share. Reliance का share इसके लिए नहीं लेना क्योंकि बाजू वाले ने लिया या बाजू वाले ने लिया. Okay, it is not because somebody has said it, but if it fits into our profile, हमें एक particular mutual fund इसके लिए नहीं लेना है because it is somebody else has done it. Only because we want to do it for it is for our long term goal. अभी decide कैसे करें कि कितना percent कहाँ invest होना चाहिए? So thumb rule is a 50-50% asset allocation. यानी कि 50% आप फिक्स्ड एसेट्स में रखें जो हमने डिस्कस किए, जैसे कि बॉन्ड्स, फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट, कॉर्पोरेट फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट, आरबीआई बॉन्ड्स वगैरह, और 50% आपको डेफिनेटली इक्विटी इन्वेस्टमेंट्स में डालना चाहिए. एंड अगर आप उसमें से रेगुलर विड्रॉल करेंगे तो आप definitely it is good. So 50% is a standard asset allocation, but it may change as per your risk profile. The other thing is 100 minus the age rule, which is if I'm younger, I can invest more into equity, and if I am older, I need to invest lesser into equity. But the thumb rule is 50-50%. So I just have a word of advice over here that definitely consult your trusted advisor before you fix this, because you can discuss more in detail. And if you are a do-it-yourself investor, then there are a lot of good material which is available online, like you can visit Value Research or Morningstar, Money Control. ये सब websites में आपको बहुत अच्छे से कौन से mutual fund stock है वगैरह का data मिलता है, and these are trusted websites. You can definitely do that. But I would always advise that if you are a very busy person, whether it is home or whether it is work, you should definitely take a trusted advisor's help. ये हम बात करते हैं risk appetite की. So basically, risk appetite ये हर एक stage of life में भी अलग-अलग हो सकता है. Like for example, age की तो हमने already बात कर ली, but sometimes it is always also our past experience. कभी-कभी हमने share market में इतना loss किया होता है कि हमें ऐसा लगता है कि नहीं वो जगह हमारे लिए है ही नहीं. यहाँ पे आता है trusted advisor का काम, जो कि आपको through the advisor and through the mutual funds, you can actually diversify the risk, handle the risk very well. So the thing is that risk appetite also is something that you need to discuss it quite well and understand it and then take the decision. Now this is a very interesting slide in terms of how much returns and all that. As far as महंगाई is concerned, yeah, inflation is concerned, I would like to ask my audience that do you know that what is the inflation rate? यानी हमारी हर एक बेसिक जरूरियात, जैसे कि एक अमूल बटर हो गया या दूध का पैकेट हो गया या for that matter even children's education, ये क्या रेट से बढ़ने वाले हैं? Well, ये सब जो है हमें एक मिनिमम 7%, जबकि एक्चुअली गवर्नमेंट हमें 4-5% का रेट दिखाती है in terms of inflation, which is the short term inflation. But अगर हम लंबे समय के लिए देखें, अगर मैं मेरे बच्चों का करियर प्लान कर रही हूँ, ठीक है, या उनके लिए इन्वेस्ट कर रही हूँ, तो मुझे ये बिल्कुल जरूरत है, क्योंकि मेरे जो एजुकेशन जो कॉलेज की फीस है वो एक 7 to 10% से बढ़ने वाली है. तो अगर मैंने जो इन्वेस्ट किया है उनके लिए, अगर मैं उस पोर्टफोलियो को 7 या 10% के ऊपर नहीं ग्रो कर पाई, तो मेरा गोल मीट नहीं होने वाला है. सो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट वी ट्रैक दिस नंबर, सी टू इट कि आपका जो टोटल रिटर्न हो वो आपको मिले, जो एटलीस्ट लॉन्ग टर्म वेल्थ का, जो लॉन्ग टर्म जो आप पैसा इकट्ठा कर रहे हैं, वो मिनिमम आप एटलीस्ट 10%, 7 to 10% के ऊपर अपना ग्रो होना ही चाहिए. और इसी के लिए हमें हमारे कंफर्ट जोन से थोड़ा सा बाहर निकल के ये एक शेयर मार्केट की दुनिया में इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए, क्योंकि हमें इसमें इंडिया ग्रोथ स्टोरी में पार्टिसिपेट करना है और हमें स्कैम 90-92 देख के डर नहीं जाना है. Your mutual funds and your advisor will try and reduce your risk as much as possible and diversify the risk, but it is worth taking it, and that is what the numbers show over here. So the India equity markets have delivered a consistent 14.8% kind of a return for a very long period of time, like 15 years and 20 years का हमारे पास यहाँ पे data है. Then similarly US markets, क्योंकि हमने international funds की बात की, और क्योंकि आज हम सब गूगल और माइक्रोसॉफ्ट के बिना हमारी जिंदगी चलती नहीं है, सो यस यूएस इक्विटी मार्केट्स खैर यहाँ पे नोट करने लायक है that they will grow lesser than India. They did grow lesser, and yes, we are emerging economies. We will grow on a longer span of time. We will grow much better. Then of course अगर हमारे जो debt investments है वो हमें ये जो है अभी पुराने डेटा के हिसाब से 7.5, लेकिन presently it will give us only in the range of around maximum 6 to 7%. It won't cross even 7%. And gold has in the past at least given these decent returns, but gold also ultimately tracks inflation. Gold और inflation का जो data है वो करीब-करीब similar होता है. So the thing is that as I told you that if we want to grow our money on the longer end more than inflation, then we need to diversify our investments. So the total return क्या है? So total return है ना, ये हर एक का अगर हम average निकालें asset classes का, so that will be the total investment. So do not ignore the long-term potential of equity. Equities can help beat inflation in the long run. On equity markets में सबसे better तरीका है SIP और rupee cost averaging से invest करना, and make mutual fund investments as the base, and keep adding shares and other sophisticated equity investments when you actually get the opportunity. So shares investments के लिए भी, you know what I always tell my women client is एक list आप ready रखिए अपने desktop के सामने कि भाई हम ये 4 अच्छी quality companies में हमें invest करना है, और जब market में आपको sizable गिरावट नजर आती है उस टाइम पे आप shares इकट्ठा करके रख सकते हैं, again only for long term. Quickly on insurance planning. Now the thing is that you know COVID actually taught us a lot of things. You know suddenly anything can happen. अगर हम जिंदा है तो हम कुछ भी फोड़ लेंगे, जुगाड़ कर लेंगे हमारी फैमिली के लिए. But if it is not, if we are only not there, then yes, then our family can come into trouble. So please ensure that you, as well as if you're a working woman, then you also need to have a life cover. Or else, if you are a homemaker, then please see to it that your family is adequately covered. Simple term cover बहुत ही सस्ता मिलता है. Take it early in life, and it is take it as early as possible because mortality charges बाद में ऊपर जा सकते हैं. Unit link के बारे में हम already पहले बात कर चुके हैं. Mediclaim, please ensure floater policy so that everyone is covered. And working women especially, please see to it that like you know if you have showed your parents as dependent parents to your employer, okay, see to it that they also have their individual cover before they turn 60. कई लोग ये भूल जाते हैं. Yeah. Then we also have so health insurance. I told you that please pay attention to your aging parents, and life insurance, as I told you, even look at floater. Life insurance में एक base plan होता है और एक floater होता है. Floater काफी cheap मिलता है. Ask your insurance agent, give me 2 quotations separately. So ये सब छोटी-छोटी tips मैं आपको दे रही हूँ, and please definitely keep it in mind. Again, another very important point, because हमें चाहिए that you know loans जल्दी से pay off हो जाए and all that. So कितना होना चाहिए? 40% से ज्यादा आपका कभी भी EMI नहीं आना चाहिए. EMI या जो भी आपके loans हैं, उसका जो आप EMI पे कर रहे हैं, होम लोन हो चाहे वो जो भी हो, वो आपकी टोटल इनकम जो मंथली है उसके 40% में होना चाहिए. This is important for working women to check how they are doing. Secondly, this is also important as a mother. If you are having young adults who are starting their life, you can actually educate your children that they loan ले रहा है ले ले, घर तो चाहिए ही, लेकिन देख लेना 40% के अंदर तेरा सारा EMI आना चाहिए. Similarly, just have a financial date with your husband and check that you know our EMIs. This is only to ensure peace of mind. And as it is said that you know, again invoking the confidence and Lakshmi in you, just check that how it is. In terms of the life insurance, कितना लेना चाहिए? 20 times of your annual income. That is sufficient enough, and that is good. And yes, as your income grows, you can actually see to it that your term cover also should increase. अब एक छोटी सी बात will पे आ जाए. Will and estate planning. विल का मतलब, विल लिखने का मतलब ये नहीं है कि हम हमारी खुद का डेथ वारंट लिख रहे हैं. नो, इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. विल के बारे में कोविड की वजह से भी बहुत ज्यादा चर्चा हो रही है, because it is very important that that all of us have our wills ready. Will लिखना बहुत ही easy है. If you just have financial assets, okay, it is very simple. Just make a note of it, and in a simple paper you can write it. 2 witnesses आपको चाहिए, और आप किसी भी trusted person को अपना will दे सकते हैं. Only if you have real estate, you actually need to get your will registered. Before will even comes basically nominations in all the investments. So please make sure that whenever you invest, always put a nominee, because sometimes the other person is traveling, तो हम either or survivor या second holder का नाम कभी कभी नहीं डाल पाते हैं. Doesn't matter. None of your investments should go without nominee. और एक लिस्ट बना दीजिए that आपके कितने इन्वेस्टमेंट्स हैं और आप उसमें हर एक में नॉमिनी आपने डाला हुआ है कितने, और ऊपर, और इस सब का एक हार्ड कॉपी और सॉफ्ट कॉपी अगर आप रख पाए तो बहुत ही इजी होगा. इट रियली डजंट मैटर. यू डोंट नीड अ लॉट ऑफ मनी टू मेक अ विल. कई बार मुझे लोग ऐसा बोलते हैं, यार मेरे पास है क्या कि मैं विल बनाऊं. बट whether it is less or more, it is for your family, so that the whatever hard earned money that you have invested really gets passed on in a very peaceful way. Now, one simple thing, especially because I'm addressing women and I follow this rule myself, that wealth gets created not just by optimizing investments, but we also have to optimize spending. Because we love to spend. I mean, nowadays we all have our binge spending, which happens in the night at 1 o'clock. Amazon पे खटाक से ये buy कर लिया, Nykaa से buy कर लिया. So yes, we deserve our things, but the thing is that we need to optimize it. And how do we do it? It's just by creating a financial discipline. हमेशा पहले इन्वेस्टमेंट हो जाना चाहिए, उसके बाद जो भी बचा है वो हम सेव करेंगे. So whether you are working women, or whether you are investing, or whether you are a beautiful homemaker who is really all day busy with your family. So whether your husband is earning or whether you are earning, the rule applies to absolutely the same. It is the same. We have to optimize spending. इसके लिए वॉरेन बुफे बहुत अच्छे से बोलता है that in fact you all can tell your children. Warren Buffett has this wonderful series called Secret Millionaire. 12 years and above, all children can actually Google it up and look at it. And he says, secret millionaire बनने का एक ही तरीका है, and that is keep on follow the discipline. Don't look at the markets. पहले invest कर दो और बाद में जो बचता है उसको आप उसको spend कर सकते हैं. So अभी now let us see कि spending किस तरह से होना चाहिए. So there is a simple 50-30-20 rule about allocation of income to expenses. So divide your income into 50% needs, 30% has to be wants, and 20% has to be minimum savings, right? So minimum 20% savings होना ही चाहिए हर एक का, whether you are a working woman or whether you are a homemaker or whether you are a senior woman or whichever category. And of course 3% of 3 to 6 times of your monthly income you should keep it aside in an emergency corpus, because किसी की job जा सकती है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. Now we are finishing our presentation with final key takeaways for let's say for students and for working women. Start early and do so. These are absolute bullet point tips that you can take across after today's session. Let's start early and do equity SIPs for long-term goals. Simple है. अगर ये पैसा long term के लिए 5 साल से ज़्यादा के लिए करना है, बिल्कुल SIP या आप mutual funds definitely select कर सकते हैं. Set up an emergency corpus of 6 months of income and invest that into either FDs or recurring FDs. I'm telling this to all the young investors and and even women at different stages. Yes. Now we'll move on to the next slide. Yeah, invest in shares, especially working women. They really like and they understand the share market. So invest in share when the opportunity arises. Buy on dips. Don't invest on tips. Keep your own list ready of the companies that you are tracking and that you want to invest in. See why I'm saying that you should really look at. not really invest on tips or at any market levels. Our markets are are little bit are going to be very volatile. ये stock markets ऐसे ही रहते हैं. So जब कभी आपको इस तरह से मौके मिले तो quality companies, here the key word is quality companies, and you should definitely invest in the same. Again, only for long term. Okay, key takeaways for mothers investing for their children. So we all basically teach our kids the piggy bank concept, right? I mean, we teach them early to save, but we should also teach them early to invest. They will actually observe and learn and share their portfolio with them if they are 12 years and above. I do that with both my kids, and definitely ask them to follow the Secret Millionaire of Warren Buffett. It's a series. छोटे cartoons तरीके से उन्होंने अच्छे से समझाया है. He is I believe the world's best investor. Okay, so हम अपने बच्चों को ये सिखा सकते हैं that how we not only just save, but we can look these options to consider. I mean, this is for us because we'll be taking the decisions if they are small. Look at Sukanya Samruddhi Yojana for your girl child if she is less than 10 years of age, or else you can open a PPF. So PPF for her or for the other kids also. And of course, mutual fund SIPs are the best in terms of investment. Mutual fund SIPs, the returns will be more. Sukanya Samruddhi, it is basically managed by the government. 7.15 का अभी रिटर्न मिलता है, but वो government change कर सकती है. But the best part of Sukanya Samruddhi is that the amount grows tax free. जब भी आप withdraw करेंगे, जब आपकी बेटी 18 की होगी, तो उसको उस amount पे अपने को tax नहीं लगता है. So जो भी safe आप invest करना चाहते हैं in your asset allocation, you can consider Sukanya Samruddhi and PPF. Now for women in their 50s, 60s, plan for financial freedom. जो भी 50s, 60s में है या even late 40s, we all need to plan for our financial freedom. कि यार अभी और 5 साल काम करेंगे और 6 साल फिर मुझे अपने बच्चों के साथ रहना है. I want to do the world. I want to take up the course. I want to take this vacation. For all of this, you can definitely consider systematic withdrawal plans from mutual funds. इसमें कुछ नहीं है, बहुत ज्यादा टेक्निकल वर्ड नहीं है. म्यूचुअल फंड्स का जो भी आपका राशि इकट्ठा हुआ है उसमें से आप एक रिक्वेस्ट देके मंथली आपके अकाउंट में वो पैसा आता रहे. सो आई बिलीव दैट it's understood by all. Another thing is even for senior women, definitely look at balanced advantage funds. म्यूचुअल फंड्स में कैटेगरी है बैलेंस, वो भी आप देख सकते हैं. एंड द सेकंड इज RBI bonds. For senior citizen, LIC की प्रधानमंत्री वय वंदना योजना है और senior citizen savings scheme है. Again, safe investments can definitely be looked at. And for financial freedom, as I told you, ये सारी चीज हम पहले बात कर चुके हैं. It's just one last point that review and rebalance your portfolio regularly. आप अगर 50% asset allocation चाहते हैं तो देखते रहिए. अगर वो इक्विटी मार्केट बहुत बढ़ गया है और 50 का लेट्स से 60% इक्विटी दिखा रहा है तो 10% आप अलोकेट फिक्स्ड में वापस कर सकते हैं. सो डू टेक प्रोफेशनल हेल्प इफ यू नीड, बट इफ यू आर अ डू इट योरसेल्फ इन्वेस्टर, use good online tools and you get a lot of good research. Look at the best fund investments that you can win the 5-star fund and definitely invest in them. So as a family, मेरा last point यही था that as a family हम vacations पे जाते हैं, right? You also go on a financial date. In the sense, sit with your family, whether it's husband, working, children and all, sit with your family and evaluate कि हमने जो सभी investment किया है वो सही जा रहा है कि नहीं, so that we all टैकल जरूर से कर लेंगे. फिर चाहे वो कोविड आए आगे पता नहीं कितने तरह के जो कुछ भी आने वाला है, बट इफ यू हैव दिस रेगुलरिटी ऑफ going on a financial date and evaluating all the investments together with your family, it is going to be a great journey. So yes, successful investing will take time, but have patience, and it's going to be a wonderful journey for all of you. Thanks a lot, friends. I hope I have been able to add some value to you today in terms of empowering you and orienting you towards certain investment instruments. And extremely thankful to BMA for organizing such a wonderful event. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you, Sonal, for the wonderful session. Now I hand over to Smita Goswami to introduce the next speaker.
Thank you, Vibha, and thank you, Sonal, for that exceptional session. It's now time to invite our next speaker, that is Dipti Parekh. She is a technologist. She's working at MasterCard, building software which makes digital payments happen. She's always eager to help women become financially independent and has conducted several sessions on cashless payments for women and children in the past. A trained Bharatanatyam dancer, she's a travel buff and also a stargazer. Her motto in life is never say no to opportunities, always go for them. Today, she's going to bust some myths on cashless payments and share their benefits with us. Let's welcome her with a round of applause. Over to you, Dipti.
Good afternoon to all of you. A very warm welcome today to the BMA Women's Workshop. I am Dipti, and today we are going to talk about digital payments, what they are, how they are, and break some myths around them. So today's flow is going to be, I'll be taking you through the explanation on what digital money is all about. We will also talk about the different payment types, the new technologies which are evolving in the world of digital payments, and then a comparison between how the cash happens and how the cashless payments happen. And then we'll share some important security tips which you need to take care whenever you are doing net banking or credit cards payments, followed by a live demo as well. So what are the different payment types, or what kind of payments you are doing in your day-to-day life? So they are individual payments, person to person. I am paying to my friend, somebody is paying to his brother, sister. So they are individual P2P payments or person to person payments. The next type of payments are, of course, shopping, any kind of shopping which we are doing, grocery, clothes, jewelry, anything. So all those are under the criteria of shopping. The third type of payments, those are the bill payments. Every day we are paying a lot of bills, and those also qualify to be one of the payment types. And then the fourth is the investments, on which we heard such wonderful insights from Sonal. So we will also see how all these payments so far being done in cash are now being digitized. So let's talk about how it was in the past 40, 50 years back and how it's in today's world. So in the past, what is value for you, or what are investments, or what is property? So all those aspects were in the form of cash, gold, land, shares. This is all physical assets or physical part of what value is all about. But in today's world, all these physical assets or physical values have been converted to digital form in the form of banks. So banks gave us accounts, gave us cards, gave us wallets, and then we have the soft form of shares as well, called as DMAT. So all your physical form of value is now in today's world a part of your digital account. So everyone, please think and let me know in your chat box, what is the preferred mode of payment for you and why? Please type in your answers in the chat box. Okay, thank you so much for your responses. Few are saying cash, few are saying digital, few are saying credit cards. Thank you so much for all your responses. We will take why cash, why not cash, why digital in some time. Moving to next, now let's talk about the evolution of payment methods, or how the technology has evolved. So the traditional ways in which you all are familiar is the cash and the check form of payments. It is very handy, it is very convenient, few of you will say. But now, if we talk about 30, 40 years, in 80s, we were introduced to the world of cards and ATMs. No going to bank to draw your cash, you had your ATMs. And then you had your debit, credit, prepaid cards. And then in 90s, because of the internet boom, we were introduced to the world of internet banking. Now, internet banking can be done from your mobile, from your laptops as well, and it is convenient to do. फिर 2002 आया and then we were introduced to the world of mobile banking thanks to the smartphones. So then mobile banking is another convenient way introduced by the banks and financial institutions. Wallets, wallets are, आप लोगों ने सुना होगा, Bheem, Google Pay, MobiKwik, PhonePe, and the list is endless. So, and then 2014 came wearables. What are wearables? Again, they are those electronic devices which have internet capacity. For example, Apple, Samsung kind of companies, they brought in Apple Watch, Samsung Watch, Fitbits, Rings, which are all electronic gadgets, and they also are able to do the payments. So देखा 80 से लेके 2000 के साल तक there is an evolution of how the payments are happening. Now, these are the different technologies when it comes to payments. So, 80 से लेके अब तक क्या हुआ? There were different types of modes introduced. But what were the technology behind that? So, this is the technology. So, internet banking, say 2004 में we have real-time gross payments. NEFT आया, IMPS आया, UPI आया. As you can see, 2004 के बाद 5. So, what are these different types? And आपको कौन सा choose करना चाहिए? So, मान लो कि यू आर अ एंटरप्रेन्योर, आपको आपका बिजनेस है और आपको बहुत बड़ी अमाउंट ट्रांसफर करनी है किसी को, बट इन द बैंकिंग आवर्स, so you can go for an RTGS. That settlement will be very quick and it will be, the money will be received by the recipient in 30 minutes. अगर आप स्टूडेंट हो, आपका कॉलेज का फीस पे करना है एंड इट्स द लास्ट डे, सो आप क्या करोगे? You will do an IMPS instant money transfer from your mobile banking, which will be instantly transferred to your college account. Then there is NEFT, which is electronic funds transfer. This is also available for mobile and internet banking. अगर आपको किसी को पेमेंट करना है, but it is not mandatorily कि आज के आज ही उसको पैसे मिले, then you can also go for NEFT kind of transactions. And then because of the world of smartphones and mobile wallets, you can also do a UPI kind of payment. अब अगर आप भीम या गूगल पे जैसी कोई मोबाइल एप्लीकेशंस यूज करते हो, then you also have the option to do a unified payment interface से transaction. So these are the different modes. आपके convenience के हिसाब से you can choose any which suits you. Moving on, now जब भी कैश और डिजिटल मनी की बात आती है, those who responded कि हम लोग कैश से प्रिफर करते हैं, what are the initial thoughts which you have, or what are the things जिसकी वजह से are you still prefer the cash? So somebody will say कि I am used to paying, मतलब मुझे कैश से पे करना आदत है. Somebody will say कि nobody says no for a cash payment, it is very convenient. And then किसी को लगेगा कि क्यों कुछ नई टेक्नोलॉजी सीखनी जब कैश है. बट अभी पॉज फॉर अ मोमेंट एंड थिंक. मान लो आपको किसी को 40,000 रुपीज पे करने हैं और आप आपके कैरी बैग में लेके गए. डू यू फील इट्स अ कंफर्टेबल सेटअप? 40,000 रुपीज कैश, पेपर मनी इन योर पर्स. और मान लो कि वो 40,000 रुपीज चोरी हो गए और द पेपर मनी इज फेक. यू ऑल हैव सीन दिस हैपनिंग, राइट? देन व्हाट विल यू डू? कभी सोचा है? So now let's see what magic the digital payments can do. You don't need to carry the cash anywhere. It is all digitally there in your banks. If it gets stolen, no, ऐसा तो कभी होगा ही नहीं. वो पैसे स्टोल होने का तो सवाल ही नहीं है, because आपके पास है ही नहीं वो physically present. It is very convenient. Net banking से करो, wallet, mobile application से करो, laptop से करो, computer से करो. It's up to you how you are doing it. And then it is very seamless and efficient. It is very fast. आपको physically बैंक में जाके लाइन में खड़ा रह के फॉर्म फिलअप करके, there is no such kind of hassles at all needed. You can do this from the comfort of your home. It is very fast. The way I am speaking, as I speak, millions of transactions are already happening, and trust me, millions are happening. They are extremely safe and secure. Banks are spending millions of rupees just to ensure कि जो भी transactions होते हैं, they are always safe. ठीक है? And then the icing on the cake. आप सोचोगे कि मैंने डिजिटल पेमेंट किया, मुझे क्या मिला? तो आपको क्या मिलता है? You get lot of options like cashback मिलता है. आपने देखा होगा 5% discount if you buy a movie ticket from HDFC, और ICICI पे कोई डिस्काउंट होगा. अगर आप एयर टिकट बाय करते हो यूजिंग योर क्रेडिट कार्ड, to get frequent flyer points, and it's universal acceptance. What I mean by that, you don't need to worry कि आज मैंने बड़ौदा से पेमेंट किया, अभी मैं दिल्ली ट्रैवल कर रहा हूँ या मैं इंडिया के बाहर ट्रैवल कर रहा हूँ, how will I pay? It's absolutely seamless everywhere in the corner of the world, universally accepted. So it is convenient to you as well. So now again think, this definitely is the way to go. So now let me take you to security tips for net banking and mobile banking. So the first and very important, always download your application. अगर आप mobile banking या net banking करोगे, always download bank application from Play Store or App Store if you have Android or iPhone accordingly. Do not download from any link, do not download from anywhere else, only from the Play Store App Store because वो हमेशा secure रहता है. Always look for the lock option in the browser. So when I will give you a demo of internet banking, I will tell you कि कहाँ पे आपको lock देखना है, how will you ensure कि वो application सही है कि नहीं. And then always choose your password which only and only आपको पता है. Don't try to keep your birthdays, anniversaries, बेटे का number, vehicle number as a part of your passwords. No, the passwords has to be mix a combination which nobody can guess और सिर्फ आपको पता रहेगा. It is for your own security. Or then delete browser settings or cookies. Now what is a cookie? So जब भी आप नेट बैंकिंग करते हो, आप किसी एक ब्राउजर का यूज करते हो. Mozilla है, Chrome है. If you are an iPhone user, you have Safari browser. All these browsers, because they are servers, they store a cookie जिसमें आपकी personal information हमेशा share रहेगी, which is not advisable whenever you are doing a bank transaction. So please keep that in mind, and I will show what exactly I mean by cookies when I'll give you a live demo. The next one is enable 2FA, two-factor authentication. मतलब there is a provision which your banks are providing जहाँ पे आप अपने आप को 2 बार authenticate करो. What that is, एक बार आप पासवर्ड डाल के करो, दूसरी बार OTP से करो. That depends on what provision your bank is giving, and I will show you this again during my demo. The last one and very important, please आपकी कार्ड डिटेल्स, लॉगिन, OTP, पासवर्ड कभी किसी को मत बताओ. You only have to type them and not tell to anybody. Now let's see the security tips for cards. Again, applicable for net banking as well as cards. Never disclose your credit card details, login passwords to anybody. Avoid saving your card details for an online shopping. अब most of us we are doing online shopping, okay? But हमारी टेंडेंसी क्या होती है, मेरी कार्ड की डिटेल मैंने Amazon पे या Myntra पे डाल के रखा है for my convenience. But no, that is a big no. Your card details in your mobile application can go from there to anywhere. So it is best advisable कि आप हमेशा से entry करो card details, or if you don't want to do that, you also have other options like QR code है या फिर आप UPI से करो, ठीक है? So that's as per your convenience, but do not add the card details. Do not use public laptop. This is very important. Do not, आपको ऐसा लगता होगा मुझे एक पेमेंट करना है, मैं मेरे फ्रेंड के लैपटॉप से करूँ, या इफ यू आर अ स्टूडेंट एंड यू आर इन योर कंप्यूटर लैब, यू विल से यहाँ से मैं बैंकिंग एप्लीकेशन खोल के करूंगा. बट नो, दैट्स अ स्ट्रिक्ट नो, because your data can get stored in that public laptop. So please do not do that. Phishing. What is phishing? आपको बहुत सारे ईमेल्स आते होंगे जिसपे लिखा होगा ये लिंक क्लिक करो आपको 5% का कैशबैक मिलेगा, या वो लिंक क्लिक करो. इट मे दोज काइंड ऑफ ईमेल्स आर अ ट्रैप. आपको फंसाने के लिए दोज काइंड ऑफ ईमेल्स आर ट्रिगर्ड इन योर अकाउंट. सो ऑलवेज एंश्योर कि आप जो ईमेल्स है, अगर आप में उसमें से कोई इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं समझ पाते, इग्नोर दोज काइंड ऑफ ईमेल्स. सो फिशिंग इज अ स्कैम and you have to avoid being part of that scam. The last one is wishing. What is wishing? कई बार आपको unknown number से कॉल आता होगा, and then when you are picking up the call, एक recording शुरू हो जाता है, या somebody saying कि मैडम आपका अकाउंट का प्रॉब्लम है, आपका क्रेडिट कार्ड डिटेल्स दो ना. Okay, so do not entertain such kind of calls. No bank in this world will ever call their customer to ask such details. So please ensure you are avoiding the phishing attack as well. एंड लास्ट, पब्लिक वाईफाई कभी यूज मत करो. पब्लिक प्लेसेस पे ब्लूटूथ हमेशा ऑफ रखो. because data transfer can happen from Wi-Fi as well as Bluetooth networks. So please ensure that you are not using these Wi-Fi's at all at any of the places. So now let's do a quick demo of net banking. Okay, I hope you all are able to see my screen. Yes, no, can you please type in the chat box if you are able to see my screen, everyone? Okay, perfect. Okay, so I am going to give you a demo of net banking from ICICI Bank. This is just for demo purpose. आप अगर SBI के member हो या HDFC, Axis, all kind of banks are giving this provision to you. So आप कोई भी portal से net banking कर सकते हो. I am just using ICICI Bank for a demo purpose today. ठीक है? So now see this. Can you see this lock icon over here? This is exactly what I was talking when in the security tips. So this lock here always tells you that the connection is secure. So the ICICI Bank is ensuring that this connection is through HTTPS, which means कि ये बहुत ही secure connection है. You don't need to worry that your data is going to be lost or something. So it is completely safe because of the lock icon. Now see the cookies over here. So what happens every time whenever you are doing a net banking, because ये एक software technology है, it's a web server. What it does is it stores your personal information, whatever you are entering during browsing of entire website in the form of these cookies. So अगर आप banking website use कर रहे हो, जैसे कि अब ये portals मैं access करूंगी, I will add my user ID, password, मेरा बैंक अकाउंट का नंबर होगा, OTP होगा, मेरी अकाउंट की इंफॉर्मेशन होगी. All these informations get stored over here. So you should never say yes to cookies while you are using the ICICI Bank application. Okay. So now let me do a quick login and then I'll show you how to do fund transfers from here. Okay. So जैसा कि आप देख सकते हो, I have logged in to my ICICI account using a username which I already had and a password. With the password, I am telling ICICI Bank that I am a authenticate user. मतलब मैं दीप्ति ही हूँ जो login ले रही हूँ. Okay. Now you can see यहाँ पे अगर आप देखोगे तो बैंक accounts में you see the accounts, you see your PPF accounts, your statements, your fixed deposits. Payment and transfer mein you will be able to see fund transfer. You can do bill payment. You can see your transactions. You can also do shopping from here. And then under cards and loans, you can see credit card, debit card, loans अगर आपने कोई ली है तो, and the cashback which I told you, you can redeem it from here as well. And then the investments as well. You can see buy mutual funds, national pension scheme, health insurance, life insurance, digital gold. So from one portal with the only one account, you are able to basically do all kind of investment, all kind of payment, which we just now got insights from. Okay. So now you don't need to actually physically go to the bank and do anything. Everything you can do from the comfort of your home itself. Isn't that great? Okay, so now let me do a quick fund transfer and show you how it should be done. So now when I come to this screen, I will be needing to add a pay. So what is a pay? So अगर आप किसी को fund transfer करते हो तो सबसे पहले आपको वो pay को add करना पड़ेगा. Then only you will be able to do a fund transfer. So यहाँ पे मैं क्या करूँगी? I will select my name because I already have added, and then that pay will be selected. So अगर आप अभी नीचे देखोगे तो it is asking me to enter my details. So ये है transfer form. मतलब मैं कौन से account से transfer करना चाहती हूँ. कितना रुपीस कितना अमाउंट का ट्रांसफर करना है. सो लेट मी से कि आई एम एडिंग 500 रुपीस का मैं ट्रांसफर करती हूँ. नाउ डिड यू सी दिस पेमेंट मेथड? इट इज टेलिंग मी आपको IMPS से करना है, NEFT करना है, RTGS करना है. अगर आपको सो नाउ इट इज अप टू यू एज ए यूजर कि आपको फंड ट्रांसफर करके इट इज ओके कल पैसा मिलेगा तो चलेगा या अभी इंस्टेंटली पेमेंट करना है किसी को. तो वो आप पे डिपेंड है बेस्ड ऑन आपकी जरूरत क्या है एंड व्हाट इज द पेई ऑल्सो वांट्स. अगर किसी को तुरंत पैसे चाहिए तो आपको IMPS करना पड़ेगा. अगर आपको किसी बिजनेसमैन एंटरप्रेन्योर, इफ यू आर अ वुमन एंटरप्रेन्योर, यू वांट टू डू अ पेमेंट ऑफ योर any material which you are bringing, for example, and you have to do a payment to that vendor, you can do an RTGS also, no problem in that. So this is up to you. So मैं यहाँ पे अभी IMPS select करती हूँ. Okay, so now it is showing me the bank details of the person to whom I want to pay. So मुझे दीप्ति को पे करना है, तो मुझे यहाँ पे दीप्ति की डिटेल्स दिखाई दे रही है. And then it is, I will do proceed to pay. Okay, now did you see this? ये, this is where it is asking me to confirm my transaction details. मतलब इधर मुझे ऐड करना पड़ेगा मेरा OTP. Now what is OTP? OTP is one time password. What I mean by that? Do you remember when I told you about the security tips? I told you two-factor authentication. This is exactly that. मैंने एक बार ऑथेंटिकेट किया अपने आप को जब मैंने ICICI बैंक पे लॉगिन किया, गिविंग माय पासवर्ड. अब ये मैं ट्रांजैक्शन करने जा रही हूँ. सो नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू गिव द OTP हियर टू कंफर्म टू द बैंक दैट ओके ये पेमेंट दीप्ति ही कर रही है एंड शी इज अ वैलिड यूजर. सो नाउ I will go to this. So this OTP has come to the mobile number which I have registered with ICICI Bank. So now I will add the OTP which I have received on my mobile phone and I will press the submit button. So this transaction is complete. Did you see this again? It is showing me a grid card. What is a grid card? So basically मैंने एक बार OTP डाला, but because मेरा transaction इंटर बैंक हो रहा है, it is again asking me to कि तुम एक और लेवल का authentication डालो. So either I will have to enter my card details. So this is the back side of my debit card. So अगर आप लोगों के पास कार्ड होगा तो you can see कि in your debit card, I'll not be able to show you here physically, but अगर आपके पास डेबिट कार्ड हो तो प्लीज गो एंड चेक. उसके पीछे यू विल हैव सम नंबर्स. तो मुझे यहाँ पे वो नंबर्स ऐड करने पड़ेंगे सो दैट इट इज प्रूविंग कि ये मेरा ही कार्ड है एंड ये मैं ही पेमेंट कर रही हूँ. सो दिस इज व्हाट इज अ डबल लेवल ऑफ सिक्योरिटी विच इज इनेबल्ड बाय द बैंक फॉर मी. तो अगर इधर मैं अभी डिटेल्स डालती हूँ तो इट विल गिव मी सक्सेस पेमेंट. सो लेट मी डू दैट फॉर यू. Okay, did you see this? It is telling me your payment is successful. It is transferred from this account to the payee's account. Now ये transfer मैंने IMPS choose किया था, so I will be able to transfer 500 rupees to this account in 30 minutes itself. That is so quick because I selected IMPS. So this is an example of net banking. इसी तरह से we can do a bill payment also from your ICICI portal. So now I have selected bill payment and I will show you how a bill payment has to be done. So अगर आप ये स्क्रीन देखोगे you will see all the different billers. क्रेडिट कार्ड का बिल भरना है, म्यूचुअल फंड, इंश्योरेंस, पोस्टपेड, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, गैस, your broadband, DTH connection, DMAT. See all the different kinds of bills which we are paying in day out. All the options are available here as well. So now let me select electricity. So जैसा कि आप देख सकते हो, when I selected electricity, it is showing me the name of the biller. Who is the biller? Of course, because we stay in this, it is Madhya Gujarat Wej Company, and this is my consumer number. अब अगर मैं यहाँ से पे करूंगी, तो it will allow me to even pay my electricity bill. Similarly, I can pay my postpaid bill, my water, gas, my broadband, my utility bills of any kind, my water tax, anything. So that will be able to easily be paid using the net banking. And last but not the least, insurance. So यहाँ पे जैसे आप देख सकते हो, whatever forms of investment Sonal just now explained to us, all those things you can do from your net banking as well. So you can see buy mutual funds. यहाँ से आप mutual funds buy कर सकते हो, डीमैट कर सकते हो, NPS जो we learned about it, national pension scheme वो कर सकते हो, टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस ले सकते हो, हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, जनरल इंश्योरेंस, and this is the digital gold. So any form of investment which you want to do, you can go through these options which are been seen on the screen and do it right from your net banking. Okay, so these are the different types of investments or types of payments from अगर आप मोबाइल बैंकिंग करते हो. फॉर एग्जांपल आपके पास SBI की मोबाइल एप्लीकेशंस है या ICICI की एक्सिस की है, तो इवन फ्रॉम मोबाइल बैंकिंग एग्जैक्टली दीज फीचर्स आर अवेलेबल. सो आप नेट बैंकिंग से जो यहाँ पे मैंने दिखाया, दैट सेम यू कैन ऑल्सो डू फ्रॉम योर मोबाइल बैंकिंग एप्लीकेशन एज वेल. सो आई अर्ज ऑल ऑफ यू कि बिफोर आफ्टर दिस सेशन एक बार घर पे प्रैक्टिस करो, ट्राई टू डू वन ट्रांजैक्शन ओन एंड ट्रस्ट मी, इट इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी इजी. इट इज सीमलेस. आप कहीं से भी कर सकते हो, घर से, बाहर से, फ्रॉम एनीवेयर. इट इज कन्वीनियंट, इट इज सिक्योर. आई जस्ट शोड यू राइट. एक ट्रांजैक्शन के लिए मुझे पहले मेरा पासवर्ड डालना पड़ा, उसके बाद मैंने OTP भी डाला, उसके बाद मैंने मेरे डेबिट कार्ड के डिटेल्स भी डाले. So it is that secure and you don't need to at all worry whether the transaction happened, not happened, कहीं पे किसी ने कुछ हैक कर दिया and all those aspects. ठीक है? So do not worry about any kind of do not have any baggage or do not have any kind of myths when it comes to cashless payments. And this is most important because it is convenient, less secure, and it also adds value to what you are doing because you also get a lot of cashback and other options for that. So this is all about digital banking. If you have any questions, you can ask in your chat. Thank you for listening to me, and just a request, please try this at home as well. It is very easy, trust me. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Thank you, Deepti. Now I invite Dr. Aarti Modi to the Rajat.
Good afternoon, ladies. It's my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Rajal Chattopadhyay. Knowing her personally since last 10 years, I fall short of words to describe her persona actually. She is intelligent, hardworking, dedicated, systematic, efficient, and sophisticated professionally. She is an adorable and affectionate daughter and mother, as well as a down to earth and reliable friend. In short, she is a woman of substance both professionally and personally. She was born and brought up in Vadodara. After completing graduation, she shifted to Mumbai and then never looked back.